Hey, and welcome to the Google Classroom with the Gemini tutorial. I'm going to demonstrate a sample workflow that I would actually use with my real students on an article that we're going to read, but an article that I want to create some formative questions around to check for understanding, and then some supports that I would create to help make accessing the article a bit easier. And these are all things that if I did manually would probably take me hours, but I'm hopefully going to be able to show you how to do it in just a few minutes using Gemini and Google Classroom. So to start off, we're going to enter my Gemini Classroom. And on the left-hand side, we have the Gemini feature right over here. If you have this, you'll be able to access the Gemini tools. Once we click on it, you'll see a number of different preset tools set for educators, from generating a quiz to being able to write a story to creating a vocabulary list. We're going to focus on just one right now, and that is generate text-dependent questions. What I'd like to do is give it an article and then have it create questions specifically for that article. So we're going to click on this. And here I have the target grade level. I teach 7th graders, so we'll put that in there for 7. I just want 5 questions and I want multiple choice. This is really something that I want my students to be able to do quickly afterwards, just to make sure they read and understood the content of the article. And the skills or knowledge that I want my students to demonstrate, I just want reading comprehension. I just want to make sure that they can read it, get it, and so we can use the information in future lessons. So we have our reading comprehension, and now I'm going to upload the text. So for us, we'll be using an article that I use in my science content for our curriculum called The Human Microbiome. It's about 3 pages. There's a lot of visuals in here, and there's a lot of academic language, a lot of new words for my students. Science classes often have a ton of academic language, sometimes that rival even language classes or foreign language classes. So I'm going to upload this article directly into Gemini. Upload from Drive. I have my article here, and I'm going to click Add. And once we've done that, we can click Generate Questions. And what it's going to do in the background is it's going to create questions and make it so I can export it as a Google form. And here you go. So now you can see some questions that are based directly on the text. And I would look through these, make sure all the questions are legitimate, make sure the answers make sense, and make sure it's all content that would be actually in the article. You can see it's already identified the correct answer. And it gives me a couple of options. So here I can export the questions as a Google form, or I could add it to my class directly. So I'm going to click Add to Class. I want this to be a Google form. We'll choose my class, and then classwork type, we're just going to make this an assignment. And I'm going to click Confirm. And once I do that, it's generated a Google form that I can use as a quiz, and it's creating an assignment in Google Classroom for me. So now all I need to do is click Human Microbiome, type in Human Microbiome. I have my Google form here. That is the quiz. If we click on that, we can take a look at the quiz. We can see that it's generated the questions, and the question answer is not always the first answer. So if we click on this, we can see that the first answer here is correct, but when we get to the second question, it's the second answer that's correct. The third question, it's the first answer again. The fourth question, this time it's the first answer. And then the fifth question, this time it's the fourth answer. So it's randomized on what it does. We have our quiz questions here. It's already set up to be sent out to students. And we're going to go ahead and save this. So I want this ready to go. I'm going to save this as a draft because I want to come back to it a little bit later. So now I have my formative assessment done. And as you can see, even just to make that Google quiz, that would have taken me a good amount of time. Here, I was able to do it in seconds. Next, I want to switch to another tool. I want to create some kind of multimedia for my students to make the text more engaging and accessible for my visual and auditory learners. So I'm going to click on Gemini again, and we're going to go down here to where it says Create a Notebook. Now, Notebook LM is one of Google's Gemini tools, and it's an AI research note-taking kind of bot assistant. But the best thing about it is it can create podcasts and presentations that are really engaging. So once we're here at Notebook LM, I'm going to click Create Notebook. And now what it's asking me to do is upload a source. Now, a source can be any kind of text. It could be a PDF. It can be an audio file. It can be a link to a website. I can paste text, something from my Google Drive. I already have the article ready. So I'm just going to click Upload Sources. And I'm going to click the article that's on my computer and open it. So now the article is here. Gemini and Notebook LM is scanning it. And here it synthesizes it into a basic outline of what it's about. Now the magic, the thing I like the most are these two features up here, audio overview and video overview. Audio overview will create a dialogue podcast of two people talking about the article. They're not reading the article. It's like two people who have some interest in the article and they're going back and forth in an engaging conversation. It's amazing. And then video overview is a video presentation with visuals and audio that explains what the article is about as if it's a presentation. To make them, all I need to do is click on one and it starts generating the audio overview. So that's going to take a few minutes. Usually it's about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what the length of the paper or information you're giving it. I'm also going to click video overview. So now the video overview is also generating. So we're going to let that happen in the background, and I'm going to switch to another screen that actually has everything finished already for the sake of time. So in my other account, I'm already running Notebook LM, and I've already generated the podcast. So here you see it gave it a name, The Hidden Universe Exploring the Human Microbiome. That's the podcast. And then this is the video presentation. But what I'd like to show you is the podcast and let you listen to it for a few seconds. And then I want to show you one feature that I think is really, really cool.
Imagine, just for a second.
So we're going to click on interactive and hit play audio.
Imagine, just for a second, this hidden universe you're carrying around right now. It's buzzing, teeming with, get this, over 100 trillion residents. And none of them are human. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But it's real. It's inside you, on you, and it's shaping who you are in really profound ways. So today we're doing a deep dive into this fascinating topic.
Oh, hey there. What's up?
All right, so I just clicked join. I am entering their conversation in the podcast. So I have a question. Are these microorganisms, are they like dangerous? Do I have to worry about them?
Oh, welcome. So glad you could join us. That's actually a fantastic question right off the bat.
A really important one, too. It's totally natural to wonder about that.
And the short answer is, well, not really. Not most of them anyway.
That's right. The vast, vast majority of these microorganisms, especially the bacteria we'll be focusing on today, are either completely harmless.
Or here's where it gets really interesting. They're actually incredibly helpful.
Exactly.
Okay, how cool is that? So you're actually talking to the people doing the podcast. Your students can actually talk to the article. So I'm really excited to do this because I'm really going to do this with my students. This is a lot of fun. So we have the article already ready to go. Now I have the ability to share this. But what I've been doing lately is I've just been downloading the audio overview to my computer and then I have it saved and I'll upload it. So that's ready to go. We're going to go back and I'd like to show you what happens with the video presentation. So here we have the explainer, A World Inside You. So I'm going to click on that. And what you'll see is it's going to develop a PowerPoint presentation, or sorry, a Google slide presentation. And if I hit play, it's generated this entire thing on its own.
All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a world that's just jam-packed with strange, invisible creatures. A place where, believe it or not, alien invasions are a constant threat. And you might think I'm talking about some far-off planet, but nope, this world, it's your own body.
So I want you to just take a second and really chew on that question. What if your body wasn't...
So I'll pause it there. So as you go through, it will stop at various points and change the slides. It'll add visuals. All of this was created just in a matter of minutes on its own. So now what I could also do is download this, and then I have a video file. So now I have an audio podcast that students can interact with. I also have a video file that students can watch in addition to the article. Now, as we come back to the original Human Microbiome Notebook LM, you can see it's still generating, but what I just showed you was the final product of what would happen. Now, if I go back to my classroom and I click on our assignments here inside, what I should see is my draft that I saved. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with this draft. And I am going to upload the video and the podcast. So I have both of these saved on my computer. So we have both the video and the podcast. We're going to click open and we're going to attach that file. So now I have my formative questions, my Google quiz. I have my video about the article, and then I have my podcast about the article that students can listen to. The last thing I should probably upload is the article itself. So I'm just going to click on Drive. And we're going to actually put the article that students are reading in there. So now we have everything ready to go. I'm going to click a due date. We're going to make this due on Friday. And our topic, this is going to be Unit 1, the microbiome. And you can select which students this is for. If you want to differentiate, you can level the text and create multiple versions of the article. but we're going to click assign. And now we have our article, we have our formative questions, we have our podcast, we have our video all ready to go. And we've done that in under 10 minutes. So hopefully this workflow helps. Hopefully it inspires you to try it with your students and try it with any text. We're all teachers of literacy. So this is something that can help all of our students in all of our content areas. But I hope this was helpful for you.